Okay, to get through this gym. Oh, it's so difficult. First, we have to walk through this door. Then, it's so difficult. We have to walk through this door. Oh, and the hardest thing to do ever. Walking through this door. Oh, but I forgot about this. Yeah, we have to walk through this door too. So difficult. I know it's difficult to get through this gym, but really, you'll do it if you just have faith. Anyway, as usual, save. Save, heal. What's up, Dad? I got 4 gym badges. Aren't you so proud of me? Oh, I know, it's so awesome. This is like the only Pokemon game that your dad is actually in, and he's a gym leader. Let's do this. Okay, good old Norman, also known as your dad in this game, starts off with Spinda, normal type, level 27 with the moves Teeter Dance, Side Beam, Facade, and Encore. Definitely an interesting battle. The Teeter Dance is probably going to be what sets you off on a bad note right off the bat. That's a little ironic when you think about it, Teeter Dance. That's not what you want to... The confusion is definitely going to be a pain early on. Chances are you can expect an Encore coming your way if you use a move that isn't good. I'm starting to get to the borderline of... I'm getting to the transition in this game where now I start going under-leveled instead of over-leveled. So, he is definitely strong, and his normal types are not to be taken lightly. Snap out, snap out. No. Come on. Ugh. Basically, he has what every trainer in this gym has in one. He takes all 7 rooms that you just fought in, and he rolls them into 4 Pokemon. After Spinda's out of the way, he's gonna... I guess Vigoroth would probably be next on his roster. Vigoroth is level 27, normal type with the moves Slash, Facade, Encore, and Feint Attack. Thankfully, this thing does not have Swords Dance, because that could get ugly very quickly. If you have a Steel type like Skarmory, this is a really good gym for Steel types, because, particularly Skarmory, because Skarmory is one to really put up a fight when it comes to defense. So, weak attacks, strong defense, it is really hard to take down a Steel type, even when they're under-leveled like mine. You have to be careful. Slash gets critical hits though, and as you can see, he's demonstrating that quite well. Facade, his critical hits are deadly. Surprised he's been able to take down my Skarmory. He does use Hyper Potions. The Hyper Potions are, as usual, annoying. Not much left I could do. I'm pretty much done here. I could use a potion of my own, but I'm not that cheap. I hate Fury Attack, but at least the animation is quick in this game. In Diamond Pearl, it's like, Fury Attack. 5 minutes later. 5 minutes later. And then it's like, wow, the move's finally over, and I did like no damage. Okay, well, let's go Spark. Zap 'em. Zap 'em good. He also has quite a quick team. I mean, you can't... His speed of his team can't really be underestimated. Manectric's a very fast Pokemon, but his team overall is, in general, very fast, and you might find yourself being slower for the majority of the battle. Linoon is next on the roster. Level 29, normal type with the moves Slash, Belly Drum, Facade, and Headbutt. And the worst thing is Belly Drum, because Belly Drum maximizes his attack, and if you let him use Belly Drum, that means slash, facade, and headbutt are all gonna hurt you badly. And I'm not saying like bad, I am saying like he's just gonna sweep your team. It's gonna be one-hit KOs across the board because this thing is definitely not to be taken lightly. Here comes the Hyper Potion. I predicted that one. You must be attacking this thing. Don't bother things like raising your stats or lowering his. You want to get his health low. That way if you get him below half health, Belly Drum won't work. That is the strategy you definitely want to go with for this Linoon. It's strong. Oh, that's convenient. And it's also convenient. Takedown, what a horrible move. I am only getting rid of tackle because tackle is so much weaker, but takedown is not to be considered an option if you don't have tackle on your Marsh Stomp anymore. Okay, what do you say we round things up with the big, bad slacking? It's level 31, normal type, with the moves Counter, Yawn, Facade, and Feint Attack. Your biggest concern here is definitely going to be Counter. Now, Slacking has one huge weakness. This thing's stats are insane. But the good news is it loafs around because of its ability every other turn. So if you're using physical moves, attack on those off turns, like I just did, his stats are incredibly good. So if it wasn't for his ability, he would be like uber good. So the counter is what is gonna, it will double the damage dealt back to you, and since this thing has so many hit points, it is gonna hurt in return. It also has a citrus berry. Now, Yawn can be just flat out annoying, but since he's sleeping every other turn, it doesn't really pose as much of, oh, he's loafing around every other turn, so it doesn't pose as much of a threat. Feint Attack is just kind of there, and Facade is too. What you're most worried about here is definitely Counter, especially if you're using physical moves. But overall, out of all four of his Pokemon, Slacking is probably the easiest thing to take down if you take it properly. Yes, Dad. I beat you. Yes, I beat you. I beat you. See, this here, if you want to like make an analogy out of it, this would be like the first time you beat your dad playing one-on-one in basketball or something like that. That would be like what this is all about. Your first battle and you beat your dad. It's such a proud moment. So happy. After you win this battle right off the bat, look who it is. You don't know who it is, do you? You really don't know who it is, do you? Well, now you should know who it is. It's Wally's dad, and he's gonna be like, let's go. Let's go, buddy. Please, excuse me for dragging you here, but Wally is such a good boy. Thank you. Thank you. Please, 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 please take this HM03. It's only the best HM ever to walk the planet. Not that it can really walk the planet. Ironically, Surf is probably one of the best moves in the game, and you definitely want to teach it to Water type. Me, well, obviously Tidal Wave is getting it for me. Let's see. Water Gun. Goodbye. You're of no use anymore. Surf is now incredibly good and definitely want to teach it. Now, since we're done here in Petalburg City, yeah, I don't care. Now that you could use Surf, Hoenn is basically a region designed for the move Surf. This is like the land of surfing. You can surf everywhere. And even in Petalburg City itself, you can surf. So the next few parts are like a lot of parts. I mean, we're going to be going around and hitting some old areas because we can now surf through a lot of places, and Petalburg City is just the start of it. I mean, look right there, and then even over here. And really what we're doing, we're just kind of going back and hitting old areas, and you can get some nice items for it in return. Like there's a max survive